What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another DC Universe Online video. Today, we're going to talk about a pretty awful update on paper that's going to be releasing on live, and I'm with my with the dude who stole my style, Chili Nuts.
Really? That's the card you're gonna pull right now?
Yeah.
I stole your style. All right. I see how it is. Time for me to go, kids. I don't need to be
Oh no! And now I'm with Chili. He's gonna be talking about his feelings on the patch notes, as will I. So this will be interesting. I totally forgot what the patch notes are, but
well,
we'll find out.
Great content.
Great
anyway,
content,
so what this update pretty much is supposed to do to the game is it's supposed to do a lot of stat clamping. I don't know, somebody comes up and we picked the most obscure spot and somebody comes up.
Yo, I saw him, no, in the background, he jumped over, like I was looking at him, he jumped like a rainbow. You'll see it when the video releases, but he jumped like a rainbow.
That man just wanted the feet, that's all. Anyway.
Oh, true.
So, I'm pretty sure most of DC has heard, from vets to new, about this new stat clamping that's coming out. And, you know, one thing I was kind of always told growing up is if you don't have a voice, it's hard to complain. I've done a lot of complaining behind the scenes. Anti-Objective Ojo is definitely going to be complaining about DC and plenty of other games. So I figure this would be the best opportunity for both of us to share our voice and share our opinion. And, you know, hopefully people, you know, the people DC in the comment section, you know, the regular DC YouTubers, anybody can help spread these videos around and maybe get a point across to the devs that this update might not be that great, unfortunately. To give a summary in case a lot of people don't know what the update is new game episode coming out. It's to be mostly a whole new DLC, new enemies to fight, new villains, new raids. Your villains and heroes working together, a new hub zone, yada yada yada. It's supposed to be cool. A new mechanic is coming out. Is going to have allies. Like, for example, if you choose, you can have Flashpoint Batman. You can have Aquaman. You can have Calculator Bot. From what it looks like, there's going to be a bunch of them. Now, a downside to a lot of this is a lot of high-level people, like me and Anti over here, who are max CR, you know, 550, you know, 600 skill points up, are going to get our stats clamped. And I guess,
Lord have mercy on our souls.
Yeah, it's... You ever been drop-kicked in the throat, Jen?
No, but I have dislocated my knee in soccer.
Ooh, that sounds fantastic. Well,
So
let's use that as an acronym for how that feels like when you get clamped.
I mean, it felt like a big cramp.
That's probably
Big
how my
clamp.
might is going to feel when I go from 100-something K to 5K
No,
again in
it's
Tier
so
1 instances.
disgusting. Like, I watched the video, and they're at, like, 5K might. Like, how am I supposed to do anything? Like, ugh. Why do I get all this gear?
I think that's one big point to bring across to the devs and to a lot of the DC community. You know, you put a lot of time and effort. For some people, you put a lot of money into this game to upgrade your artifacts, upgrade your gear, buy replays, all this other stuff, so that way your character can feel powerful. I want to feel like a villain. I want to feel like a hero. And the devs, and I think the community of DC is going to take that away from me, and that's a little unfortunate. Now, I know in Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, you know, Tier 5 even, you weren't able to one-shot bosses, you weren't able to duo bosses, and that's understandable. But when I play the game for 5+ years, well, in my case, I play the game since FOS 3 has come out, you know, it's hard to look back at these mechanics and go, yes, nerf my stats. I want to have nothing again. I want to experience what Prime was like. Bro,
Ew.
Prime Brainiac sucked. FOS 2 was a pain. If you wanted an ice tank flying, you got booted. But regardless, it's you know, like, it's like breaking a knee in soccer. It's just, so dislocating a knee in soccer, it just feels like a giant pain. And it's unfortunate to see this happen to a lot of veterans of the game. And unfortunately, a lot of them have expressed their opinions on the forums. I don't know if you've seen them, or anyone in the video who's watching this has seen them, but there's a lot of complaints on the forums. There's a couple of positives here and there with people trying to promote it, you know, saying, you know, it's not too bad as it seems, and they are right. Not everything shown is as bad as it seems. You know, this is just idea. It's on test for a reason. There's a chance they could change it. But I'd rather get voices out now and have you as the community, you know, all the YouTubers, anyone who was watching this, express themselves now and do it in more of a political correctness way. You know, don't go on the forums to go, you beep and beep. How could you beep and do this? You know,
That's a fact. You're gonna get banned. Don't do that.
It's not even getting banned. It's gonna look at you like you're a raving lunatic. Oh, this guy's
absolutely.
mad. You know, and they're right. You know, you gotta have some sophistication to it. You gotta have some, you know, calmness, level-headedness to it. And I think that's really the biggest part to help change what this DLC will bring, is enough people share their voice, enough people speak up, enough people give their opinions. Hopefully we can get a good DLC release and a good update. Like, again, I've played this game for years. I've met Anti on this game. I've had plenty of fun times with him in other games like Dark Souls, Smite, you know, the names go on. I met a bunch of other people on this game. I've had a lot of great times on this game. I've had a lot of frustrating times. Right, Jen? A lot of
yeah,
frustrating
it's fun
times.
to listen to when you're, like PCE tanking.
Yeah, it might be fun to listen to, but when you're having an aneurysm on the other side, you know, but, you know, and I think one thing to take away from DC is it's had a lot of problems. It's had a lot of ups and downs. It's had a lot of good updates. It's had a lot of bad updates. I mean, I don't know if Jen was around for the PvP update, but when PvP that update came out, half of the Hall of Doom was gone. I mean, I watched people say, "Oh my God, you're still playing DC," and I'm like, "Why? What happened?" And they're like, "They changed PvP." You know, that change was drastic, and I think it hurt the game in a very negative way. And I'm unfortunately feeling that this is kind of just, you know, it's watching a child just slowly commit suicide. You know, I'm watching a game that I love, that I played for years, that I've enjoyed. I've had great experiences on. I've met great people. I've had, you know, bad times as well, but I'm thankful that I got to experience that with other people. Regardless they're online or not, I got to experience it. And watching DC do this to themselves, you know, it's kind of sad in a way. You know, in a somber tone, it's like, damn, this is really what they think is good. You know, this is what's going to help the community. And again, without beating a dead horse, I don't think that's going to help the community at all. If anything, it's going to diverse the community. I'm not going back in the Prime. I don't want to explain mechanics over and over again. And I know a lot of other veterans on this game, a lot of other pro players, don't want to go do old content and explain everything inch by inch and step by step again. If anything, you're going to divide the community. A lot of people don't even read the tips that the game tells you, even though they post it clearly in the middle of your screen. So a lot of new people who... Hold
Big
on,
red text.
Why did I get it for 20,000, coach?
Why
you
am I
got
dead?
block broken. Why am I taking a knee?
Why? Pick me up, please.
Pick me up, please.
Pick me up, please.
Anyone who's done this Elite content or this other content knows that trying to explain content or trying to explain mechanics and being stuck in a raid for 2 hours to 3 hours when you just want to get something done, then go to work, you know, take care of a child, or, you know, just do your life in general, can be a pain. You know, it's you want DC to be fun. You don't want it to be chore. And I'm afraid that with the way it's going, DC's gonna be a chore. It's gonna be, you know, a pain in the ass to get on and have fun. It's like, oh, what do I gotta do? Oh, I gotta do my dailies on DC. I don't want to do that. You know, I want to be able to get on and be like, oh yeah, let me go do my dailies. Let me see this new content. Let me see who else is on. You know, all that joyous stuff. And I say we have a follower here.
And then people like this guy are gonna quit.
That's
that.
the other thing. That's a metaphor for DC. Just jumps off a LexCorp tower.
Jump.
There's a big splash in the water. Maybe he'll survive, maybe not.
No, like each tier of LexCorp Tower is every update.
Oh, there you go. What is this? Update 10? What is this? Tier 10? We're gonna go back down to tier 6? Ugh.
Yeah, like, I don't understand that, but...
I don't know.
Stupid stat clamp thing. Like, you better get your feats done now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, get your feats done.
Remember what Steak Well Done was like?
Oh my gosh. I couldn't get that done for like a DLC or two later.
Oh, my personal favorite, Shattered Gotham, where you have to do, what is it? The
Raving Mad.
Raving Mad. Yeah, that feat made me raving mad trying to get it. You know how many times I spent restarting that raid?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, how are you supposed to do that? I don't...
And it's... The other thing, too, is DC is a good game. DC has a lot of problems, but DC can be really fun. Yeah, that's the best way. Like, I tried Final Fantasy, I tried Skyforge, you know, I tried a couple of other MMOs, and I always kind of come back to DC because I'm like, you know, DC felt fast, it felt entertaining, it didn't feel boring. I wasn't sitting around.
You have like 6 loadout moves, and you're good. You don't have 50 on your screen to choose.
Yeah, if you play WoW, you have, what, 2-3 different hotbars of moves, possibly, I think? I think they nerfed that over the years, but you can have a lot of moves on your hotbar.
Simple is good.
Exactly, and I
That's all
think
you need.
that's the allure to DC. You know, it's simple. The graphics might look amazing, but you know, it's enjoyable, and you know, the community helps make the game enjoyable. You know, I've met friends on here. We've had great times. We've had pain in the ass raid runs. I've sweated in raids for 6 hours, and you know, wish I stubbed my toe instead. But anyway, you know, it's the game. Unfortunately, I think is heading down a really rough path, and I'd rather us speak up now and be able to do something and change the minds of devs. You know, put good opinions out on the forums. You know, state your opinion in the comments section. Just get your opinion out there. Get talking about it. Because the more noise you make, the more they have to listen, or the more they're gonna listen, even if whether they don't want to or not. They're eventually gonna hear something about it. And I think that's really what we want. You know, if they're willing to listen and they're willing to work with us, they're willing to take good ideas. You know, don't just be like, well, I want to go in there and be able to one shot everything. That no, I don't agree with that. If anything, you should be able to go in there. Like, what is it, Jen? Like 3 contents down, everything turns into source marks.
Yes, I think that's what they said.
So
like FGSC will be source marks, I think, when this update
the next
hits.
update, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, make whoever is like whatever the highest CR is at the time, just 3 tiers higher than them. That way, you're not walking in this, you know, swinging your no water around, going, "Oh, look at me, I'm also powerful and mighty," but you're strong enough to make a huge impact and make a difference. And I think that would be the best way to do it. You know, you clamp people too hard, I'm not going to want to go in there with my nerfed artifacts that I worked for 200. I don't even want to mention how much money I spent on artifacts.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on this tune.
Oh my god.
Plus 5 on my tank.
Ugh. That's at a DC YouTube
and like
money, kids.
And a couple, yeah, because I make a lot. And on my healer. Like, but this update isn't set in stone yet. Like, it could change. Like, we're just scared.
I think that's the best way to put it.
On paper, it just sounds disgusting.
It
could change.
It just sounds like way too. It just without, like I said, without making it sound over dramatic, it sounds like the death of DC.
Like, who asked for this? Who?
I didn't.
Like, who asked?
Never did I say I want my 342 stats to be nerfed down to 73 CR.
Like, why do I work for this? Like, well, I don't even want to help lower people.
It's like I only help the big kids.
I only help the big kids. Like, I don't want to run lower content. Like,
but again, that helps. That when you beat that content, you get the satisfaction of beating it. When you look at your feats and deeds in your episodes, oh, I completed this and this and this. Why would I possibly go back? Like, if anything, DC could also make more of an incentive. Like, oh, if you do this older content, like, oh, this is the content of the day, do this and you get like, oh, let's say 1,000 artifact XP, or you get this, or you know, you get extra renown, you get extra that. You know, that would give veteran players or higher like leveled players more incentive to go back and be willing to help people. Because okay, I want this reward. I need you to help me get through it. I can't do it by myself.
Yeah, they just don't make it seem worth it to me. Like, I get source marks, but so what? That's it.
You have
and a
artifacts.
Struggle bus. Source marks and a struggle bus. Yeah, source marks. No, they're doing this because the allies, you need a ton of catalysts, more than double the catalysts required for artifacts. So we're going to give you source marks and all the lower content, but I don't want to upgrade my ally with all these. Like, I think I heard it's somewhere between like 3,000 to 3,500 source marks to upgrade a legendary ally.
God.
Like, I'm not running, what do you say, Prime or something? 300 times.
FOS.
I'm not running it 300 times to get a legendary ally up to do 500k damage. I'm not doing that. I'm out. I'm gonna stick. And for that reason, I'm out. No, I'm gonna summon my, what pet do I have on? That thing. I'm gonna summon this guy to do 500k damage.
There you go.
Like, I don't need an ally to come in. I'm not. Oh god, my brain hurts.
It's a cool idea, and I have to give the devs a lot of credit. You know, I know nothing about coding, and DC does, I think, a really well job of coding with all the mechanics that goes on, everything that happens in the world or in this game. You know, from the math that's solving the crit chances. Again, it's a lot of work, and I can't say, oh my, they just sit on the butts and do nothing all day at daybreak. What are they possibly doing? No, they are working to keep the game up. They are keeping the servers alive. There's a countless speed hackers that they have to try and find, countless glitches, countless updates, and balances that they're trying to think of. And you have to give them a lot of credit for that. Running an MMO isn't easy. Running an MMO is pretty difficult, and they've done it for what, 10 years now, if not more. And it's unfair to just throw them under the bus and be like, how could you guys do this? But that's why that's really the whole thing of trying to get this video out there. We want the whole community to listen, we want the whole community to hear us, to hear you, and see if we can change it for the better. I don't want to quit DC. I've taken 2 years to a year break off of DC, and I've still come back to it. I always make the joke, everyone comes back to DC. It's the truth. Everyone I've known who's quit, they're like, oh, I'm never playing this game again, PvP this or PvE that. 5 years later, you see them logging in, and like, dude, what are you doing here?
You know how many YouTube videos I've seen? I quit. 5 days later, they upload like 13 videos about DC.
Or they're back in some new beef on DC or some stupid stuff like that. And and again, I think that's the joy of DC. You could put it down and come back and still have more feats to do, more content to do, more enjoyable stuff to do. And with it going free to play, I think it's one of the best things for it. I don't have to pay for DC anymore to come back. Dude, that's awesome. Like I can come back to a game and then I can enjoy it over and over again without having to pay for Legendary. And it's a really good update for DC, but the clamping, might drive me away, and I think it might drive a lot of other people away. Jen's already ready to jump off the building and say, I'm done.
We'll have to see, though. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm not sure. Because like when I go back into Christmas time, fighting Larfleas, and I have all this gear on, I feel like I just destroyed the new people. I don't know if that's just because I'm quote-unquote better, but...
If I don't one-shot Larfleas, I'm quitting DC. It's that simple.
But like, they still clamp you, but I still find myself destroying everybody in there. Even though it's a stupid, dumb alert seasonal thing. But, I don't know.
I think we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to say. And like I said earlier, get your voice out there, guys.
But on paper, this thing seems disgusting and outrageous and not fair. At all.
Yeah. It really hurts the veteran community or the higher tier level community. Because again, me and Jen have done elite content over and over again for Renown. We have spent money for Renown boosters. We have spent money for replays. Telling me that doesn't matter, and I'm going to get out DPS by somebody who's 83 CR when I'm 83 CR... my skill can carry me, but what's the point of getting skill points, artifacts, and etc., etc.? That's pretty much my point.
Aren't they clamping your skill points? I've heard and stuff or something like that, right? No.
From what I understand on the patch notes and the forum pages, it looks like everything from generator mods to SP to overall might is, or precision, whichever you are. Might is superior though, so go might. But anyway. Because fire go brrr. Anyway, they're gonna nerf it to nerf it down to like that content level. I know there's a glitch going on to where if you're nerfed below like 10 CR or something like that, below the content, that's a glitch. Which thank God it is, because that would have been
is a glitch to like be lower than the ads.
That is a glitch apparently. So I know they said they're working on to fix that and they announced that. So we'll see what happens when they fix that. Again, test server. Not everything's gonna be perfect. But, hopefully they fix it, and hopefully they listen, people spread the message, spread the word that this might not be a great update for DC, and maybe we can get something to listen, and maybe we can get something changed.
I'm not as big as Obsidian Chill, but I got something.
I know a lot of people on the villain side, I know a couple of people on the hero side, and I talked with a bunch of people in the community, just even standing in the Hall of Doom, in trade chat, LG chat, you see what goes on. And it's like you see people are not happy. You see some people trying to keep optimistic. Some people are obviously, typical DC players with the sarcasm and God knows other comments. But, there's a general consensus of fear. There's a general consensus of worry that this is the update that will put DC into the ground.
Yeah. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. That could be good. I don't know, like this membership update, that seems pretty cool. Gives me more of a reason to have it. But...
So then I'm going to keep reading these patch notes.
Oh yeah, throw it right in the trash. Just throw the thing right off. Just like don't even, they could have spent this time that they're working on this new update, like whatever, it's new content, who cares? All the content now is kind of. But anyways, they could have spent this time to fix like Whirling Dervish, fix like power sets that need buffing. Like Ice still has glitches, like Frost Blast.
Wait, Ice? That's usable? What? Question mark?
Yeah, right, true. I mean, if you're Ice, just get a power token, switch off to something.
If you're Ice, stop.
Yeah,
get help.
Ice. Yeah, get help. Like so many powers are underperforming. Like Rage single target, does that even exist? Might Rage single target? That's not even a thing. Like, why can't they buff it? I don't know. Make channel hate like a truck. Make stealth not lag out the whole game when I go into it.
That's my favorite. In SM, when you remember when you
stealth
Minotaur's
charging? Here, let me just turn stealth so you get railed by him.
Oh yeah, I always wanted to take a giant bull horn to the eardrum. That was always my fantasy on DC, and you made it happen because I couldn't move for a whole second and a half, 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this just doesn't make me want to run old content. I mean, I want to help new people, but I mean, I will if I have to. We
did an old content earlier for a feat, Jen, and there was a glitch where we couldn't. Yeah, we couldn't kill the ads. The ads were literally immortal, like they wouldn't die. And the Nexus alert, they legitly could not be killed. We had to disband and redo it. So there's countless of glitches and oddities in this game that they could work on to make it more stable and enjoyable. And I think it would stop. A lot of people stop looking at it in a negative way. It's like, oh, now you're just money grabbing with artifacts. This that keep producing DLCs to money grab. More replays. If you went back to older content, okay, we want you to run on older content. Okay, well, make sure that when I walk into FOS 2, Lex Luthor doesn't get stuck in the floor every 2 seconds.
Yeah, fix it instead of making him teleport.
Instead of inviting your hard light DPS to throw a lightweight at him to get him moving.
Also, fix the stupid power costs. It's absurd. Why is hand clap 300 power cost? Why is stealth and invisibility 300 power cost? Huh? Why is mental have 300 power cost on pretty much every single move? It doesn't make any sense. I think it's absurd.
That could definitely be an idea for another video.
Like, fix it. I'm sure you can just go in your code, your C++ code, like, oh, let me change this 300 to 100. Boom, fix the game. Done. Easy, easy, easy. That's all you have to do. Don't make allies. No. There's one ally passive that like makes your in-combat power regeneration more. No, that's not fixing it. That's not good enough. I'm not paying to upgrade an ally so you can.
Doesn't Flash or Zoom make you move faster in combat or something like that?
Zoom makes you quicker.
Yeah, that's not a.
That's just for open. That's out of combat though.
But what?
Like, make the ally. Just fix the power sets. Don't make us spend money to fix the power sets that you should have already fixed. Like, end of story. Like, I'm not spending 3,500 source marks to fix the mental and hard light power consumption. Like, no. No. Fix it.
I think the sum it up generally is there's definitely a lot more oddities and, like I said, glitches in the game that I think would behove them to work on and to fix and to make it better overall for a more enjoyable DC experience. I mean, there's times where I still load in the Phoenix cannon and I disconnect.
Yep.
You know how
DLC.
annoying it is to build up a whole supercharge, go in there, then get DC'd, and it's like, well, I guess this is my life now, just a black screen. It's sad.
Dark Multiverse? Dude, imagine Hawkman with Clamp. Okay, I don't even want to think about it. But Dark Multiverse and Phoenix Cannon were good raids, except you DC'd it every time you go in. There'd be like 2 people left in there.
About rebuffed Hawkman, rebuffed JLD content, rebuffed JSA content, Ultimate Soldier, ooh!
Also, they're letting us... They already let us send tells to heroes. Now they're letting us share, like a not League Hall, like a Hall of Doom Watchtower with heroes. Why can't we invite heroes to groups? I don't understand. Like, they don't even make the raids different from each other now. They're all the same. It's like, it doesn't understand. Like, if you want to bring the community together, bring it together. Let us invite the groups. Let us use, like, the same LFG, trade chat, whatever. Get more stuff done. Meet new people, and boom, smash out feats. without getting
I
claimed.
mean, there's a couple of heroes that I don't talk to, or I talk to sparingly because I don't like the hero side. Without sounding like a typical villain noob,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I like my oval, the Watchtower. I get lost sometimes,
Yep.
you know, I don't. And you know, just a personal opinion, the music on the hero side is a little eh. I always like the music on the villain side, and you know, I like the idea of helping Joker. You know, I like the idea of helping you know, Lex Luthor. You know, fighting Doomsday together with the villains. You know, was cool. Fighting Darkseid was cool. You know, it was like, yeah, I might hate the hero side or might not want to be on the hero side. You know, just you know, faction wars type deal. You know, oh for the Horde. You know, for the Alliance. But you know, it was enjoyable to fight, like to come together on some of those things. At this point, just make it all together. You know, make me invite heroes. You know, make me like make hero leagues together. Even with the purple names, if you want to keep the separation. But you know, at that point, just bring us together. If you want us to come together, bring us together. I think a lot of people will be opening to that, considering a lot of people have heroes or run with heroes. Some people have a lot of villains, and then some people have a lot of heroes. But when the artifacts came out, I know I definitely didn't want to make other characters because that's
Mm-hmm.
a whole nother grind set. And I can respect that a lot of other people don't want to do that. Or, oh no, this is my name, this is my reputation, and I understand why they don't want to make another character. It makes complete sense. So at this point, just make me like, just let me able to make a hero league or villain league together. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Coach.
I think that's it. Unless there's anything else you want to say.
Nah, my brain's gonna explode.
Too many patch notes.
Too much. Too much.
Too many icons.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we have to say.
Yeah.
I think.
No,
I'm sure when this
I hope
video is
so.
over, then we're gonna probably come up with 15 more ideas we could have talked about. But that's usually how it goes.
Isn't that usually how it always works? You take the test, you get out, and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh damn it, it was
Oh,
C.
dang it, man! I can't do that. Oh, and then you get it back and it was wrong.
You get it back.
And
A
then it was
solid
C.
30.
Like,
You get it back, new DLC. There you go.
New DLC.
That's your failure, a new DLC.
Mm-hmm. Dude, if they ever update the artifacts to like 250, oh lord. Imagine like
Oh,
2.5 million XP you need.
I think that would be a video for another day. That could be a whole.
That's
I could go on a 20-minute rant on why I would not be happy with that one.
Yeah. I don't know how many views this is gonna get, but if you wouldn't mind, you wanna share it around, maybe get the devs' attention. I don't think that's gonna happen, but yeah, that's about it.
We can hope for the best, guys. Just keep a level head, share it around, spread the news. You know, again, don't bastardize people, don't attack them. You know, don't attack the devs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
come up with new ideas. Like they're right. You know, oh, what am I gonna do? Well, you have a better idea. Share it. Share it. You know, even if it might not be that good. Share your opinion. You know, get people talking. I think that's the best thing you could do as a community and you know as a game.
All right, well, that was our views on the patch notes that are gonna be coming pretty soon. So yeah, please share this video. Have a good one.
Don't
Goodbye.
forget to like it.